Hello and welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna and welcome back to Series 14 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. This is day 29. It is by Rebecca Becca. And I have sped this video up quite a bit because I think I moved very slow on this one. So it hopefully doesn't feel as fast as what it actually is because I still feel like I'm moving slow. This paper is probably from a paper pad, but I'm not sure from what paper pad. The rest of the papers I'm pretty sure is from Camp Happy Bear Forest Friends from Photo Play. I will start by tearing this background piece because on the diagonal you can't get it in your trimmer. So I like to use my long ruler. Now in a minute, if I haven't figured it out already, I'm going to figure out that I've torn it the wrong direction, but that's okay. My torn pieces will just go differently. So I kind of decide bottom half, top half, but I end up going with the bottom half of the paper. The background, the green, is just out of my stash. And with all the paper tearing, I think I did this like the most difficult way possible. I knew I wanted that green to come out in the bottom, so I ripped off that the brown so you could see it through. And then I take this blue from the Camp Happy Bear collection, and then I have to tear off the bottom so that you can still see through the green. That takes me for a bit. And then I will have one more piece of paper to do one more layer in there. But I glue that right down, which wasn't really part of the plan. That's okay. It comes up very easy. I do go into my stash for another color to put in the middle there, and I end up finding a solid color kind of to break that up. So this is a picture of Eliza and her boyfriend Carson. I believe he got her some fishing items as a present. This was during their family fishing outing. So the next thing I want to do is find out what goes next to the photo, and I will, because I switched this, I'm going to do it backwards here for a second, but these are pieces from both Photo Play and Echo Park, and I kind of have them mixed together, and some of them are actually cut aparts from Photo Play. So I will play with a different, well, go play outside. I'll play with a couple different things over there, and I will eventually find one of the cut aparts that I like to use instead of all these little pieces. Please check below for the playlist for the 30 Days of Sketches. There is over 400 videos now on that playlist, so that's fun. This piece of paper is out of my stash as well, and it wasn't quite big enough to go across the whole span of the torn paper, so I do pull this one out of my stash. Now I'm putting it under because I'm kind of measuring up where do I want it to fall, because I want it to cover up some of the brown, but not all the brown, so I kind of use that as a guide of where I'm tearing it. I will then line it up and tear it off some more. Not only the bottom, but on the top along the, I want to see more of that brown, so I will tear some of that off too. Tomorrow is the final day of the 30 Days of Sketches, and Holly from Ivy Cole Creations is the creator of the sketch, and she's doing a celebration hop tomorrow because she has hit 500 subscribers, so be watching for that. I will have a little shout out to Holly, and I will be using her sketch. So here you can see why I sped this up so fast, because I just struggle with lining these up, which should not be the hardest thing in the world, but it does take me quite a bit of time. I do like the way this turns out though. I like all the layers. I like the tearing. It turns out pretty cool. I will figure out that the photo needs to go on the right side and the embellishments go on the left. Here are Paper Studio embellishments. I go through all of these and I don't use any of them, and it talks about like hiking and climbing and camping, of which they're not doing any. So I pull out the compass because it kind of gives the vibes of the sun, and I'm not going to end up using that. I'll find something else. But here is where I cut out the bear. I like the size of that, and it's cute. He's got a fish in his mouth. So then I take this piece of scrap that I have that matches, and I will trim that down, and that gets to go next to the picture. And then I will end up actually finding a journaling spot too, to go to the left as well. This is out of one of the embellishment packs, and then I take the other strip of scrap that I had and made that into a banner. But I go through my brown embellishments, my blue embellishments, and my green embellishments. Oh, this is just another piece of scrap that I had that I had kept with this collection just because of the browns. So, hook, line, and sinker is to the left of the bear. That does not stay there. But I'm going to move this over and I'm going to use the journaling spot. I find a tab and an arrow and a blue paper clip that's an arrow. I find all these pieces out of the embellishment boxes. And I use about half of it. I don't use that photo reel. I thought maybe it was going to go, but the blue was a little bit off. So I find this title that says Simple Life. I like that. It has a similar color. I really like the way it goes. I'll get everything where I want it, and I will glue it down with the ATG adhesive, and then I'll get to embellishing. This was a random circle that I had in my stash, so what a better place to use it than on a fishing page. There go the fishtail banners. I will trim that down in a bit. Now these are, probably 20-year-old rub-ons from close to my heart. Not kept, probably, not kept with the backing on. Just thrown in my stash, and they were pretty darn good. I wasn't too worried and it moves around a little bit. Like, I didn't do the best to hold it down, so they're not perfect, but that was more of a me thing than it was the rub-ons. So so they look maybe a little bit distressed, which is okay, especially for a fishing page. I will get these swirls down with the leaves. I will find, and then I also get some hearts down as well, and some more leaves. This took me a little while. Sorry about the camera shake. I kind of shake the whole table when I'm trying to rub these down. Look at how nice that looks. Rub-ons are really a great thing if they work. And I know people have said, they've had problems when they get older. These are working great. This is probably, in the last 2 years, probably the third layout I've used these on. And they don't give me problems. So with tomorrow being the last day of March, I will, in April, be finishing up the videos or the sketches that I didn't use from February and March. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was trying to think of another question for my question of the day. How about what size do you scrapbook in? You will always see, almost always see 12 by 12 pages on my channel. Those are my family albums, and that's what I've been doing. My first album I started with 8.5 by 11. That was of my daughter, who was 4 months old at the time I started. That's my middle daughter, Meredith. All the rest of our albums are 12 by 12. However, I have done some 8.5 by 11s of some vacations, and Meredith actually was part of show choir her senior year, and the parents put on a parents show, and so that's one of my unfinished projects, is to scrapbook those pictures, and those will go into 8.5 by 11 as well. So are you an exclusive 8 by 8 or 12 by 12 scrapper? I know people do like traveler's notebooks and things like that too. I haven't ventured into that at all. That arrow clip is super old from my stash. I think I probably just got it like at Walmart or something. And then I have close to my heart photo corners to put on there. That blue arrow was just part of something I cut out from Cricut and hadn't used. Those hearts are creative memories, and I don't think they get onto the layout at all. That green square is a Stampin' Up sticker. I've got quite a few of those in the green and kind of orange peachy colors, so it was nice to get one of those on a page. And then I also have these very sparkly, oh, I have nail head circles, which don't go on the page either. That green tab is an Ellie Studio. The brown tab was something I had in my stash. And now I'm just going to use my scissors to poke holes to get these glittery brads, and I don't know where I got those from. And I do have lots of brads in my stash, but if I saw some today in a store and they were different than the ones I have, I might buy them. Little secret about myself. So all right, there you go. There you have it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.